What's up everyone? I'm David Irizarry and this is Irizarry Eats. Today we're going to be preparing an easy to use and easy to make empanada dough that can be stuffed in a variety of ways. We're going to be stuffing it with ground beef, beans, and cheese. All you're going to need for this is your hands or this empanada disc press. I got this on Amazon for $15 and it's so easy to use. So get ready and here we go. All right, so what we're gonna do now is we're gonna sift our flour and get it ready to be going into the mix. Now I used to not sift my flour when I didn't know what I was doing, and it created a whole mess of problems. And I learned that with my sifter, for me personally, the best way to do this is I tap the side of my palm and it's easy. You get nice, well sifted flour that can be well incorporated and add some airiness to your dough. All right, now we're gonna combine our wet ingredients. Remember, we have vinegar, ice water, and an egg. We're gonna mix this all together. I like to add the water, add the vinegar, take a fork. You've scrambled an egg before. Get it nice, quick and easy. Don't do it too much. I quite honestly probably picked too small of a bowl. That's okay though. Just mix it all together little by little and it'll be easy to use. Here we go. So we're gonna cut our stick of butter into 1/2-inch squares. We're gonna take our salt, toss it right into our flour. Nice and easy. This is probably one of the easiest parts that you're gonna do in this video. And then after we do this, what we're gonna do is add the butter right into the flour mix with the tips of our finger. That's all you need. Super easy to use. Like I said in the beginning of the video, this is gonna be easy. The only thing is, you gotta have patience with dough, and that's something my wife taught me. So here we go. We're gonna toss a couple of the sticks right in there. I like to take my fork, incorporate the butter with a little bit of the flour because it's easy to knead into there. And that's all you have to do. You want to get those clumps in there. You don't want the butter to melt, and that's why you want some nice chilled butter. You don't want warm butter. You want these clumps in here. And that's going to be adding extra flavor to this dough. Next, we're going to add our wet ingredients. Make sure you get it all in there. This part's less dirty. Get a nice mix. It's going to be nice and incorporated. But this is not where it's going to get completely mixed through. That's going to be in the kneading process. All right, here we go. We're going to start the kneading process now. Toss a little bit of flour on your surface. Spread it out nicely. And we're going to get our dough on our surface. And if you look at the dough right here, when I first started, this look, it got me nervous. Because in my head, I'm like, this doesn't look right. This doesn't look incorporated, and I did think I did something wrong. But that's okay. Now I learned that you're gonna incorporate everything when you put it and knead it all together. So here's our flour mixture on the flour surface, ready to be kneaded. We're gonna get a little pile going. And what I like to do is just start incorporating it. Don't get nervous that it doesn't look right. Just keep going and keep working with your dough. Like I said, and my wife taught me, you keep incorporating and you have to have patience with dough because it just doesn't seem like it's working sometimes. But as long as you got the right amount of ingredients, it's gonna work out correctly because it's a science. Now your dough should look somewhat like this. The way I like to knead is I take it, I put pressure with my palm, I push down, and then I bring it back. And I tuck from under. This side is gonna go in like that. I put this into a nice even ball, as even as you can make it. It doesn't have to look pretty. We're gonna roll it out later. We're gonna get it in here, wrap it into some shrink wrap, wrap it in some shrink wrap, and then put it in the fridge for at least an hour to. Now we're gonna add just a little bit of vegetable oil to the pan. Get that done. We're gonna spread it around so most of the pan has a nice even coating. Let that heat for a little bit. Now we're gonna toss our onions in there. And what we wanna do is give these onions a nice browning before we add our next ingredient. Spread them around nicely. And then have some patience. Next, we're gonna add our minced garlic. And this is gonna cook quick. So the next ingredient is gonna come soon. I like to mince my garlic up into very small pieces. I like to mix my garlic up into very small pieces. Nicely incorporated. Now that our garlic has cooked for a good amount of time, we're gonna add our washed 2 cans of black beans. Next, we're gonna add about 6 ounces of tomato sauce. Now I've been doing this for a while, so I can eyeball 6 ounces. Now, we're gonna add our ground beef. Get it all in there. Now, we're gonna add our seasoning. Right here, add 2 tablespoons of chili powder, 1 tablespoon of oregano, 1 teaspoon of cumin, a dash of cayenne, and 1 teaspoon of salt. Now you can see everything's cooking nicely. The meat's almost done cooking. It's looking delicious. These empanadas are gonna be great. So there we go. Our filling is done. It's easy done, easy to use, and it's gonna be delicious. Now we're gonna set this aside in a bowl and put it in the fridge to cool off, because you can't put hot filling into your empanada dough because it's gonna just seep right through and it's gonna ruin your disc. And the same thing will happen with warm filling. It might not seep right through right away, but it's gonna ruin it during the process, and you're gonna have to restart all over again. And that's something you don't want. Put your dough on there, and we're gonna start rolling it. Give it a nice roll. You're gonna keep doing this until you have a nice, let's say about a 1/4 inch thick piece of dough. Now that we have our dough nicely rolled out, we finally get to use our equipment, our empanada press. I like to lay it over, get those corners around there, and next, we're gonna cut around here. Use your knife, scissors, whatever you have laying around that you prefer to use to cut dough with. So here we are. We have our empanada disc ready to use. First thing I like to do is I put the cheese on the bottom layer. That way the filling is going to keep it down and it's going to be easier to maintain. I like to add, if I can, depending on what you're going to stuff your empanadas with, prefer to do 2 scoops. You have a nice amount, nice portion, and here we go. This is why you buy an empanada press. It's gonna make it so easy. But don't forget one thing. What we have this here. You're gonna get your finger wet and get along the edges. And that's gonna help seal your empanada. You don't want to forget this. It's very important. Like I almost just forgot, making a rookie mistake on my first video. So here we go. Actually gonna do it. There we go. Empanada press is now pressing the empanada. Easy to use. This excess dough that you see across here, take your finger, take it off. Easy, easy. Don't worry about it. Don't get nervous, be patient. You can see right there that you have a nicely stuffed empanada. And look at that. That right there is a beautiful, gorgeous empanada. And next, we're gonna make an egg wash. So here we go. I cracked one egg in here. I whisked it with my fork. I'm gonna add a simple egg wash. I'm not gonna do anything crazy. Add a dash of garlic powder, a dash of garlic powder, and a dash of oregano. And I'm done. I'm gonna whisk it all together, and then I'm gonna put this on top of my empanada before I fry it. Now that our oil is nice and hot, it's time to fry this beautiful thing. Now we're gonna fry this until it gets a nice golden brown texture on both sides.